Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Q&A with Mamas Uncut, where we talk about motherhood, parenting, relationships, and all the things that you need to know, and we'll give you some advice. And don't worry, all of your questions that you send in always remain anonymous. Back again is Lisa and Mindy. Hey guys.
Hello.
Hello.
You guys ready to give some more advice?
Yep.
All right, let's go. I was divorced in 2019, and I'm a mom of three. My 11-year-old daughter has tried to sabotage all of my relationships since my divorce. How do I handle this?
Good for the daughter. That was me. I was that kid.
Oh my goodness. It depends on the relationship, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was totally
Take
that
the
kid.
floor, Lisa. It's all you.
I mean, look, kids never want the kids never want the extra person in that relationship, right? Like the divorce is hard enough, and having somebody else come into your life that's going to discipline you and that's going to, be your step parent or whatever, that's really hard. And at that age, when they're already beginning to grow up and earn the right for a little bit of independence, having that third party come in is really difficult. And I guess I'm speaking exactly about myself because my stepdad and I did not, and actually he's not even my stepdad anymore. He and my mom got divorced, but I'm much closer to him than I am with my mom. So they got married when I was 10, and I was cruel and mean and crazy and didn't listen and was like, you're not going to tell me what to do. I do whatever I want. And it wasn't until I got into college where I just really realized what a good guy he was and how much I valued him and how much he saved me from my mom's crazy that, so over time the kids get there, but at that child's age, I just don't, it is what it is. Right. And having some third party come in and tell them what to do is just, it's going to be challenging to make that work.
Yeah, I think your situation makes a really good point too, in that if you're meeting the right guy's going to stick around. I mean, clearly, like you said, you're still really close with, he used to be your stepfather, and even to this day, you're still
He's so close with my mom. Like they come over together.
right. Yeah. So I think, clearly she might just not be meeting the right guys. Of course, her daughter might be making things harder, but, if you do find the right guy, he's going to stick around. He's going to try to tend to her
Yeah.
needs. Because clearly, a guy with a good head on his shoulders is going to recognize, like, she's acting out because she's just not ready for this yet. So let me try to make her comfortable with this and do the right things. And
Well, look, at that age, the adult needs to be the adult, and sometimes that means discipline. I think in this case it doesn't. In this case, the adult being the adult is okay. The onus is on me to establish a relationship with this 11-year-old so that she's comfortable with me. Yeah. And her mom. But you only do that if you're serious about the mom, right? Like one of the things that we don't know in this story, and I say this because again, this was my life, is prior to my stepdad, that role was a revolving door, like, a lot of revolutions. And so, there just comes a point where, and it sounds like the mom has had some more than one relationship, and, asking the kid to deal with people in a repeated fashion is just not going to go well with the kids.
Yeah.
Like, it's not.
yeah, and that's good advice too. Like, unless you're serious about this guy, your 11-year-old shouldn't really even be meeting him at that point.
Well, but the kids, in my opinion, are often better judges of the character of the guy coming in than the moms can be.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And, their way of saying, hey, this, I think this guy doesn't work, is by acting out. But that is a message that that is important to hear. So for example, I have a very good friend, and his daughter, his oldest daughter, who's now 13 or 14, but he's been with this woman since the daughter was probably 9 or 10. She hates this lady, but the lady drinks too much. She does crazy stuff. Like she's got tons and tons and tons of issues. And like the daughter is a much better judge of what's good for the dad than the dad is. And I try to explain that to my friend, and it generally falls on deaf ears, but like it is in fact true.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's just up for the adults in the situation to be focusing on if something gets serious with a guy, first of all, if he should have a basic understanding of children if he's going to be marrying someone with a child. And if that means you explaining it to them, like, listen, when life changes happen, when things like this happen, it's time for us to like really focus and reinforce our love with her or daughter. It was a daughter, right?
His daughter.
So I think it's on the mom. And if the guys aren't staying around, I like what you guys said. I don't think that they're ready to be step parents anyways, because kids are not perfect angels. Kids have emotions and complex needs just like adults do. And if you're not willing to take all that on, then yeah. I don't think disciplining a child for this seems really wrong.
Well, Cuba Gooding Jr., when he was Rod Tidwell and Show Me the Quan, had it totally nailed. Do you remember that scene when he's talking to Jerry Maguire about being raised by a single mom, and like you can't mess with the single mom. If you're not in it, you're not in it. And so like I think the mom needs to have that revelation herself.
Yep.
All right, guys, don't forget to send in your anonymous questions. Thanks.